Hello, as UC Berkeley IOR undergrads, we're pleased to announce our product. It's called SimErgency. We simulate healthcare, one patient at a time. SimErgency is a simulation software package that is built to replicate an emergency room with all of its entities. At the same time, it provides practical data for research purposes.
Thank you, Emre. As the SimErgency team, we developed a great product for all medical institutions having following problems mostly encountered. Inefficient allocation of resources is the most common and major problem. Every year, there are millions of dollars and tons of working hours faced due to this problem. However, thanks to the most efficient allocation of resources that you get from SimErgency, you can prevent patients waiting on huge lines for hours, long-lasting treatment times, and last but not least, you can even save one more patient's life waiting to get treated. Under these dynamic marketing conditions and the fast-growing demand, it is so crucial to apply for great resource management to remain sustainable and profitable. This great product called SimErgency, you can easily monitor the service times and queue size in your system. With only one click, SimErgency will give you the best and most efficient option in compliance with the certain interval of treatment time you could determine. It will allocate machines to each station for the minimum cost. And also it will efficiently and quickly generate visual data for the management team. Here is Jong to cover the values of SimErgency.
Our product is cost efficient as it minimizes the final cost and data collection cost. It is flexible since the client can use their own inputs and desired constraints. It is realistic and also intuitive as it is an easily understandable simulation. When using our product, our client will input minimum number of servers for each station, maximum number of servers for each station, highest limit of the service time for each type of disease, and the monthly cost of each server. Then our simulation product SimErgency will show these outputs. Statistical data not limited to percentage for each type of disease patients who were served under maximum time limit, average service time for patients, and the total number of patients served for each disease type. Then our product will show the optimal number of each server that minimizes the cost and serve patients at acceptable speed.
Here is how our simulation creates the outcomes. SimErgency first reads the input provided by our client. It then creates all possible combinations of number of machines to be purchased for each station at the hospital. It then runs multiple simulations, scanning all the combinations and gets output for each combination. It then filters the outputs into those that meet the constraint. Finally, it chooses the cheapest combination that satisfies the constraints of service times.
Here is how our model works in micro level. We read inputs and create simulations for each combination. In each simulation, when a patient arrives, it is accepted into the waiting room depending on the buffer size. When a nurse is available, they are diagnosed and sent to their first station in the hospital if there is a server available. This process goes on until the patient is treated, after which the patient leaves the system.
At the Simulate page, our client can put its inputs into these boxes and run the simulation. Then the results will show up next page.
Here is some sample data from our product. Notice that we have 64 simulations running simultaneously. Here is number of customers for each experiment. Here we have number of type 1 patients served. This one gives us the number of patients served within their critical time. Finally, this graph shows us probability of success for each experiment.
If you're interested in our product, please contact simergency@gmail.com.